is right, again, for all the new listeners. This is Mr.
And we get new listeners every week.
We do.
But we also have a strong following that listens religiously.
We do have a strong following. My Aunt Corinne, very, very strong.
My father, Stephen.
He listens to the show every week.
It's true.
It's really weird. It's really
I would miss the show.
He wears a shirt with his face on it, too.
That's just not true, Jim.
That's not true. All right, I do have a question for you. And the question is how to get rid of a lien.
A tax lien.
He's asking for a friend.
How do you spell? Yeah, it's for a friend of mine. Okay. How do you spell lean? Lean, like a regular, like I'm lean on me?
No.
It's a lion.
It's Lien, lean, a tax lien. People often confuse.
I before E, except after C.
Weird.
Except for this is one of those exceptions.
See, like weird. Got it? It's just a weird.
You're sharp.
That is weird.
That Jake is sharp as a tack.
That's right.
He's sharp as a tack. But a lot of
adult
people.
tack.
A lot of people get liens and levies confused.
I just got that.
So they say, "Oh, I've got a levy against me, or I got a lien. They're liening my wages." No, they levy your wages. Levies are when they take things from you. A lien is just a document that they file in the county that tells everybody. It puts everybody on notice that you owe the IRS money, and that anything you own now or anything that you will own in the future is the IRS has a claim to it. So it alerts creditors that the government has a legal right to your property.
Okay, so now that we got the definition out of the way and we got the idea of a lien, what is the best way of
the
getting out
fastest way to get rid of a tax lien is, take a guess.
Pay your taxes.
Pay the tax. If you pay the tax, well, then the lien will be removed, and then you don't have to worry about it. But most people come to see me. That's not really an option for them. They won't be able to pay it. So then there's a couple other things. So maybe you wanted to sell your house, and there's a tax lien, and they say, well, now you can't sell your house because you have to pay the tax lien. Well, you have to work with the IRS, and there's something that they call a withdrawal of a lien, and that's when the IRS agrees, okay, we're going to keep the lien in for everything else, but not this. We're going to let you sell the house. And then you can sell the house, and the IRS has a document that says we're withdrawing the lien as it pertains to this particular property. Sometimes if I have a lien on the house and I have a first mortgage and I have a lien from the IRS, I want to refinance my mortgage so I could get some money to pay the IRS, or maybe just to lower my expenses every month. Well, then you have to do what they call a subordination. And subordination is when the IRS agrees. Okay, so you have a loan. It's in the first position of mortgage. And then the IRS comes in with a lien. Now they're in the second position. If I were to refinance that mortgage, now they would be in the IRS would move up to the first position, and my new mortgage would be in the second position. Well,
don't you have a friend that can help you with that?
Yes, but no mortgage company is going to do that for you. No, they won't do it for you because they won't. No mortgage company wants to get behind the IRS. So this is what you do. You call a subordination. The IRS says, okay, we're going to keep the second position, but we're going to let this new company be in the first position, just like the one that's there now. And so they agree to be subordinated, and it doesn't change their position, and it might reduce your expenses. So now you can pay the IRS more, or maybe I can cash some money out and pay the IRS more. So we help people do that. Another thing would be we called about a withdrawal of the lien itself. So sometimes if you owe less than $25,000, it gets complicated. But we can totally withdraw the lien from your credit report. And but we don't have enough time to go into that today. So maybe we'll do that next week. We'll talk about getting it removed from your credit report.
Okay, but is there a way, if I need help now, to contact you?
Oh yeah, I have a telephone. And the telephone number is 312.
Don't make me sound stupid.
312-664-664. Anyway, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
That is right. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't get your question answered on this show, you can always visit ChicagoTaxTeam.com. That's going to be your hub to help fight the IRS. Watch previous episodes, get the blog report every week. It's a great little tool to have. And call 312-664-6649. Now, stay tuned because, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap this show up IRS radio style here on AM 560.
The Answer.